Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be a rear delt focused back workout. We're going to be working with lighter weight. This is going to allow us to properly target the rear delts as they are a much smaller muscle and can easily be forced out of a movement by the stronger muscles such as the lats and the traps taking over. This workout is also going to hit the smaller and more intricate muscles of the back, and it's going to help you get an overall nice toned back area. I'm personally already very happy and satisfied with the muscle on my back, so instead of trying to build my back and grow my lats and my traps, I like to focus on the smaller muscles, particularly my rear delts, because I think a really nice set of rear delts rounds off the shoulders nicely and is super flattering on a female physique. It kind of gets rid of that problem area that a lot of us would have on our back with a little bit of fat under our armpit. Building your rear delts really tones up that area and makes you look nice and lean from the back. Not to mention, since the rear delts are a back exercise, they're not a mirror muscle, meaning you don't see them when you look in the mirror, so they're often very neglected in most people's training programs and on YouTube, I've noticed. So I'm here to show you guys some great exercises to target your rear delts. Okay, so this workout is going to consist of 6 exercises and we're going to be doing 3 sets of each. The first exercise I'm doing here is a TRX row. So what I'm doing is holding on to the handles of the TRX and I'm finding a position so that I'm leaning low enough to the ground for it to be challenging enough, but not too low that I can't get at least 10 reps. So I'm rowing my own body weight up towards the TRX and I'm rotating around my heels. As I'm rowing, I'm pulling the handles towards my body, but I'm also trying to pull them apart at the same time. By doing this, you're adding shoulder abduction into the movement, which heavily recruits the rear delts. For this exercise, we're doing 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. As you guys requested, the entire workout will be written in the description below, so make sure to check that out. Since I have the option, I'm actually lowering my body more with each set so that I can make each set a little bit more challenging, and I'm still hitting the 10 to 12 rep range. By the last 2 reps, you should be struggling quite a bit. On the last 2 sets, I went to failure. Moving on to the second exercise, this is a dumbbell rear delt row. For this row variation, I'm using a lighter weight than I normally would, and I'm focusing on rotating my elbow outwards, closer to my head, if that makes sense, and rowing the weight up and away from my body, really trying to pull through my elbow and rotating around my shoulder joint. It looks easy and it kind of looks from some angles to be a normal row, but this isn't, and trust me, if you do keep these cues in mind, you will be very challenged by this exercise and feeling it quite a lot in your rear delts. This exercise is almost pure transverse extension and articulation, which is pretty much a very wide grip chest row, and the rear delts are basically built to do this movement. So this is one of my absolute favorites for recruiting, activating, and targeting the rear delts. Since we're using a lighter weight for this exercise, we do need to do a little bit more reps. Lighter weight and higher reps are really great for targeting the small muscles, like I mentioned the rear delt is. So I'm doing 3 sets of 15 to 20 here. On to the third exercise. This is a chest supported rear delt fly. Using an adjustable bench, I'm setting it to probably about a 45-degree incline. With my feet still on the floor, I'm leading my body forward onto the bench. It's supporting me, so I'm able to stay very stationary and I don't have any swinging movement at all. I can focus just on my fly and activating my rear delts. It's important to lie on the bench with your chest up, so your abs stretch, your chest up, and try to retract your scapula, so shoulder blades up, back, and down. Usually you need to take pretty light dumbbells here. Hold the dumbbells in a neutral grip and pull them out and away from your body, rotating around your shoulder joint. I like to bend my elbows slightly and make somewhat of a W shape with my arms as I fly the weight. Although you're bending your elbows, your wrist should always be in line with your elbows, so don't allow your wrist to fall forward. That means you're getting a bit lazy. Lower the weight and make sure you're keeping that form on point. This exercise is pretty much basic. This exercise is pretty much purely transverse abduction, which is another exercise that heavily recruits the rear delts. So it's a perfect one. I love it. We're doing 3 sets of 10 to 12 here. Next up, I'm doing this exercise here, which is one of my absolute favorites for rear delt. This is a rope face pull. So I'm choosing a light to moderate weight and I'm stepping back away from the machine and into a lunge position. The cable is set to be, I'd say, about 3 feet above my head, and I'm pulling the rope towards me using an overhand grip with my pinky kind of sticking out around the rope. As I pull the rope towards me, I'm really focusing on pulling the 2 pieces of the rope apart. This is actually really difficult to do. Definitely give this a try and you'll know what I mean. But basically, the pulling part is easy, but actually trying to separate the 2 pieces of rope away from one another is really difficult, and that's where you're going to be recruiting your rear delts to help you with that one. That's causing your shoulders to extend transversely, to abduct transversely, and to externally rotate, all which use the rear delt. So this is an excellent exercise. It's also going to help you build those smaller muscles of the back as well, such as the teres minor, the infraspinatus, and the rhomboids. I'm doing 3 sets of 15 to 20 for this exercise. For the 5th exercise, I'm using this machine to do a machine rear delt row. So this one is going to be really similar to the dumbbell row, except you're just using this machine. So if you do have one of these at your gym, definitely take advantage of it, and I'll show you here how to do it. So what I like to do is put my palms facing in. So I like to rest the kind of heel of my hand below my pinky on the handles, and I don't like to sit on the actual seat. I am a bit short, I'm 5'3", so you might be comfortable sitting on the seat, but I like my shoulders to be quite a bit higher than the actual handles, rather than, you don't want your wrists to be higher than your shoulders. So set up the machine so that your shoulders can be, I'd say here I'm about 6 inches above the handles of the machine, and I just find that this helps me engage my rear delts a lot more. And then you're gonna push down with the heels of your hand and push out on the machine with the backs of your hand, trying to push the machine handles out and away from your body, keeping your wrists in line with your elbows, just as you did with the Rear Delt Fly. If you've never seen this machine adjusted before, this is just the pec deck machine, so you see a lot of guys using it to work their chest, but all you have to do is pull the little pegs at the top to move the arms inwards to the last hole, and then this turns the machine into a rear delt machine. So as I mentioned, it's super useful if you have one in your gym, but if you don't, no worries. You can do a cable fly or you can do another dumbbell fly. I'm doing 3 sets of 20 reps for this exercise. For the 6th and final exercise, I'm finishing off with the TRX bands again. This is another variation on the Rear Delt Fly. I'm using the TRX bands with my body weight to do a Rear Delt Fly. So it's the exact same form that I mentioned before for the chest supported fly. You're bending your elbows slightly, but you're trying your best to keep your elbows in line with your wrists. This is going to be a lot harder with the TRX band, but by doing this motion, you are necessarily pulling the 2 TRX strands apart apart. It's very, very difficult, but luckily your body weight is heaviest at the bottom of the movement, and as you pull yourself up, more of your weight is supported through your feet, so it gets easier on the way up. So this actually matches the difficulty of the exercise. So honestly, it's a really, really great exercise. I love doing it as a burnout for rear delt, and I'm just doing 3 sets of AMRAP, meaning as many reps as possible. Again, you're pulling yourself up, rotating around your heels, and the more you lower your body, the harder it's going to be. I think the most that I can do is like a 45-degree angle. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. And again, don't forget to subscribe. More videos coming at you. And click the bell notification so that you guys know when I post a video. That's all I have for you today. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!